Welcome, welcome. Guess what? Guess what? It is Woohoo Wednesday. How exciting. It's another Wednesday. It's another time to shift our focus to something positive instead of focusing on all the problems that we need to solve. Welcome, welcome. I hope that you're having a good Wednesday so far. I'm having a great Wednesday. Just got off the phone talking with somebody about a program. Always love to do that. And no matter where you are, where I'm turning on my comments so I can see you, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, pop in a comment wherever you are. Let me know what you're celebrating this Woohoo Wednesday. My celebration is that I got to go to the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center last night with my husband and do a class on the 10 things we wish we knew before we bought a boat. Woohoo! That was fun. It was fun to be with 3D people, even though we were all masked and Clay and I spoke in a mask. But it was fun to go and be with 3D people, but also it was fun to really think about the things that we have put together in order to stretch and grow as boat owners and sailors and parents and a couple. And it was really preparing, particularly for the safety part. One of the 10 things that we wish we knew before we bought a boat was how much our focus was going to be about safety first and always, and the amount of time and energy and money that we've invested to have the things to make us feel secure. One of the most important things, our first rule on the boat is to stay on the boat. Second rule is that everybody should be having a good time. We never want anybody to be miserable while we're out there, but our biggest fear has always been that somebody is going to go overboard. And we do a lot of things to prevent that, and we always wear our life preservers so that if somebody was to go over, we'd be able to recover from that. And I use this story in the book, Stress Proof Your Life, about how to prepare for things that could be unpredictable. How do you make an unpredictable situation feel more predictable? And we all have things in our lives that, seem a little scary, seem unpredictable. And our brains do not like unpredictability. Our brains like predictability. We need to know, I am in this situation, and these are the things that are going to happen, and it's going to feel comfortable. And that's how I like to live, in a predictable environment. Or at least our brains like to live that way. But another thing that we know is that when we're comfortable, we don't really grow. We don't really stretch. We need to have a certain amount of security to take that next step, to stretch, to try something new. But if we're sitting too comfortable, we don't really grow. So how do we create enough security in an unpredictable environment so that we're able to move forward, try something new, stretch a little bit, grow a little bit? When I was preparing this part of the book, and the section is called Coping with Uncertainty, and I really worked with Lisa Hain, one of my good friends and fellow speakers, who spent her career working with organizations around creating safety in their environment, with public utilities, places where safety is really an issue, and an unpredictable environment is a daily occurrence. Whether you're going up on a power pole or down into a manhole, there are things that you need to make predictable, even though by nature they're unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to find down there. So there's steps that you can put in place, things that you can have to make it more safe, and a procedure to follow so that you are able, in fact, to do that. I see that we have a couple people watching. I'd love to have you pop a comment in the chat to let me know you're here and what you're celebrating. Here's the thing. Lisa really worked with me to develop a process to manufacture that security in an unpredictable environment. And one thing I know is when we're dealing with uncertainty, we focus so much time and energy on the things that we can't control, and not enough on the things that we can control. So in our environment on the boat, I can't necessarily control whether or not somebody's going to go overboard. We do lots of things to prevent it, but it still could happen. What I can control is having the equipment and practicing the things that we need to do so that if somebody went over, that wouldn't be a tragedy. That wouldn't be something we couldn't recover from. So having equipment, wearing our life jackets, having tethers, having all kinds of things so that if that happened, we're able to get the person safely back aboard. That's what we talked about last night in our class. And Lisa helped me develop this manufacturing security process so that whatever unpredictable environment you're looking at, you can develop that security so that you can move forward with confidence. One of my other great friends, speaker friends, is Tom Singer. And a while back, he decided that he was going to have the theme of try new things. His new thing was to become a stand-up comic and do open mic nights. Talk about an unpredictable environment. I mean, you don't know. Are people going to laugh? Are they going to heckle you? Are you even going to remember what you're going to say? It would be interesting to know what security he put in place for himself, but you have to be able to look at that unpredictable environment and figure out what you can control and put things in place. Know what you need to have, know what you need to practice, know what you need to put in place so that you feel secure enough to stretch and to grow. So that's my message for today. I hope that you are celebrating Woohoo Wednesday, whether that's putting the hashtag out there, calling somebody and saying, hey, woohoo, this happened to me today. I also woohooed that it's freezing today. It's very cold and I still worked out. I went down to the basement and used my Apple Plus Fitness thing on my watch and did a dance thing and I did a Pilates thing and lifted some weights. Did my hour. Woohoo! That's done for the day. Hope you're having a great Woohoo Wednesday. We'll be back next Wednesday. Find us at woohoowednesday.com. You can catch all of these and find more information on the blog as well about manufacturing security, great stress management techniques. You can find us at woohoowednesday.live, on Facebook, woohoowednesday.video, on YouTube. Hey, Tom, thanks for joining us. Stand-up comedy is the hardest use of the spoken word. Gotta have thick skin. I agree. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.